Hey, Fritz family. How y'all doing, my sweeties? What's going on with you? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everything going with y'all? I am tired. Seem like when I get ready to do a live, hell break loose. Cause I promise I ran out and got a computer and it don't want to act right, so I still had to use my phone. I see four folks in here. Y'all talk to me. What's up? What's up? What's up, sis? Psychics Anonymous. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, you be safe driving. Happy hump day to you too, sis. As y'all come in. Hey, Time Reveals. How you doing, sweetie? What's up? What's up? As you come in, click that thumbs up button. That's my motto. I always say that's my way of ringing the doorbell. When I come in, I click the thumbs up and show everybody love. That's let you know I'm here. Hey, Gibbs fam. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start. Thanks, Time Reveals. I can't do my moderator thing because I'm not on the laptop. It didn't work. What's going on, Tam Jamaica? That's my childhood buddy, y'all. We go way back. What's going on? Yes, y'all hit the like on the way in. Give me that thumbs up, please. Ring my doorbell. That's what I call it. Ring my doorbell. Today I wanted to hop on here right quick. And last time I was, let y'all see my personality and fun and game. What's going on, little sexy mama? That computer didn't work. We'll talk about that later on. I love you, fam. I love you though. That's my sis, little sexy mama. But anyway, depression and anxiety. Depression and anxiety is something a lot of people deal with, and it's real. And so many people have the wrong concept and idea about depression and anxiety. They think that depression and anxiety means that you walk around and you look tore up. Your clothes are dirty. You look like you've been thrown away. Um, yeah. You look like you're just going through hell. You look like you've been crying all night long. Um, Depression and anxiety, they feel like, you just look a hot mess. Depression and anxiety can look exactly like I'm looking now. And I'm not looking my best, but I'm not looking my worst either. Hey, Shay Marie and Family Vlogs. I'm so glad you finally called alive. Thanks for coming in. Thanks to everyone as you come in. And y'all forgive me if I don't read the comments right now. I'm going to come back later. I promise. I'm not ignoring you because the one thing everyone should know, I got love for everybody. But I want to get this out there. This is an important message. I struggle with anxiety. Um, and it comes from going through a lot of things in life. And let me just share this aspect of my life with you to give you kind of an example of what's going on. In 1998, Mother's Day, I talked to my mom on the phone. Mom was alive and well, doing fine. Monday, after that Mother's Day in 98, I was in college. And back then, we didn't have cell phones, not like they are now. So a girl from across the hall comes across and says, hey, I have someone on the phone from your hometown. They said they're trying to get through your line because I was on my phone in my room. You have an emergency. I get on the phone. I'm notified my mother's in the hospital, severely sick. One of her best friends is on the way to come down and get me. Best friend comes down to get me, along with my best friend, to come down, and they get me to Arkansas. Well, I was already in Arkansas, but anyway. So I get home. My mother that I talked to on Sunday. When I get to the hospital that Monday, she does not speak. She does not know who I am. She knows nothing. I can't get her to say anything. By Tuesday, my mother is dead. Sunday, Mother's Day, she talking. Tuesday, she dead. Now, I'm using that example because I need you to understand. After that death, I was depressed clinically for 10 years. 10 years. And some people may say, that's ridiculous. Some of y'all are depressed right now. I don't even know it. I didn't go to a doctor to get diagnosed with depression. Because, black people, we got this thing about we don't want to go to the doctor. We don't believe in therapists. We don't want to do that. Because I'm not crazy. I have good sense. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm just going through a storm right now. But I was depressed. And I can tell you I was depressed because I could not function. I was angry. I was evil. I was mad. I worked on a job at a mill where I worked security. And them people don't know if I had a weapon, I probably would have been mass destruction. Hey Liz, hey May, saying hello to everyone. But I'm trying to just, I'll catch up with the talking with the stream later. Um, Depression is real. And I had children to take care of. But I couldn't take care of them because I hated getting up out the bed. Every morning I had to get out the bed. It was a struggle for me. I literally hated to get up. I literally hated having to take a bath. I hated having to put on clothes. I hated having to go out into life and deal with life, not having a mother here. And anxiety goes hand in hand with depression. And I still have anxiety issues now because let me tell you something. I don't like groups of people. I know it may sound strange. Now, I want you to understand what I'm saying. With the Lord's help, I can deal with a group of people. I can deal with a group of people. I can talk to them. I can show everyone love. I can speak in front of a group. But as far as me being like, let's say out in the mall, people walking up behind me, I've never been in the military or nothing, but don't walk up behind me. Don't walk behind me. Don't walk up on me because I'll spaz out. And I just think that we need to deal with depression and anxiety, and we need to understand, y'all, people that are depressed are not walking around here looking like bad people, are looking like they're thrown away. They're wearing lashes, they got on full face makeup, their hair is laid, and they are going through depression. Anxiety and depression are real issues. And my thing is, if you don't go seek help for it, it will take your life over. It will. Hey, Pam. Hey, MAG Visions. Hello. Hello to all of you that have come in. We're talking about depression and anxiety. And if anyone has any examples here to share, please. Hey, May, I'm so glad you're here, honey. Hey, Positive Bluebird. It is real talk. It's serious. So many people think that depression, oh, I'm just going to kill myself. When you don't have a desire to live, when you don't have the get up and go to want to be around people or to want to function or to want to work or to want to even do just simple things like eating or cooking dinner, you are depressed. And let me tell you something, depression can hit through the loss of a loved one, through the loss of a career, children not acting right. If you're married, your husband not acting right. A number of things can cause you to be depressed. Not being in a relationship miserable. That can cause you to be depressed. I've been in all those situations, except for the marriage part. But I mean, those things can cause depression. Depression is real. And we have this thing about life. We feel like life's supposed to go a certain way. Hello, Mile and Nathan's Adventures. And when our life don't fit the blueprint that we feel like it should, we automatically get depressed. People that are depressed are not walking around crying all the time and looking sad. They're smiling. We laughing. We talking. Hey, how y'all doing? And when we leave and close the door and go home, it's real. I'm not average, once again. My depression hits in daytime. Now, I don't suffer from it like I used to. That's one of the key things I tell people, though. That's why I don't take naps. Naps depress me. Seriously, they depress me. When I wake up from a nap, it's like a cloud is looming over me, a cloud of heaviness. So I'm not a nap person. I'm not. And most people deal with things at nighttime. At night, they sit up and they worry about their problems. Or at night, they sit down and think about their life. My thing, when I wake up in the morning, it's like everything runs down on me. Everything I'm dealing with. And Liz, you say my honey, I used to say, now I say, to a certain degree, my nerves are bad. Because there are certain things I used to love to do that I can't deal with anymore. Hey, Les, thank you, sis, for just stopping in. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that's on here. Anxiety for real. It makes you nervous because you're anxious and people can't understand. Well, why are you so anxious? What's going on? Well, for one thing, you got issues with yourself. Let's just keep it real. And I'm not here to offend. And I want you to understand, I'm talking because I've lived this. When you have issues with yourself and you're not secure with yourself, you feel like, do they see what I see? I'm too big. I'm too little. My clothes don't fit right. I'm too dark. I'm too light. My hair not right. Do they see? Oh my God. Are they seeing? Oh my goodness. You're anxious because it's issues within you. And you don't want other people to see them flaws and imperfections that you got within yourself. So anxiety kicks in. And what I didn't realize was, because I come from an old school mother. I'm 40 years old. If my mom was alive right now, my mom would be 75 years old. So I had an old school mom. I was the oops baby. I come out of nowhere. My mom already had big kids. Me and my oldest brother 14 years apart. Yeah, I was a oops for real. So back in the day, y'all that have older parents can relate to this. Like people go to the doctor for pains and all this stuff. Uh, my mama didn't go to the doctor for nothing. And what I didn't even realize was I was a senior in high school when I got diagnosed with having panic attacks. And I had to get on amitriptyline. My heartbeat would start going up. I would start sweating. I was a academic honor student, and I had a lot of pressure on me. My mom expected that I should have had a 4.0 grade average, which I didn't graduate with. I had a 3.75, but she wanted a 4.0, and I was trying to get it, and I spazzed out. And I didn't even realize I was having panic attacks. And did I go to the doctor? No. She believed in everything. You took some peroxide for everything. You put some salve on everything. You put some rubbing alcohol on everything. You prayed about everything. And it was going to be fixed. And finally, when she saw that I was really having difficulty, then I went to the doctor, and the doctor diagnosed me. She's having panic attacks. And panic attacks are the worst things in the world to have because it will make you feel like you are having a full-blown heart attack. And you're out of control. And it feels like the whole room around you is spinning. And you can't stop it from spinning. And you can't control what's going on around you and who's looking. And May, like you said, yeah, a bit of anxiety. When you have a lot of stress and pressure on you and you're trying to do things, you will have anxiety. And medication does help. So let's go on to the other aspect of this. And I want you to know, I love everybody. Everybody don't care what color you are. You're loved. My black people, I'm African American, so I have to talk to African Americans right now. Because I don't know how it is in other cultures. But I know that it's good. I know that it is the truth. Black people do not want to go get therapy. We do not want to go to counselors. We believe, pray it away. Jesus paid it all. The Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. Lord, I bind the spirit in the name of Jesus. Let me tell you something. Prayer is good. I am the queen of prayer. Baby, I will pray in a minute. But God gave you something called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 senses. And he made man intelligent enough to be a therapist and a doctor to help you. Go get some help. Lay on somebody's couch. And all the time, I have to be real raw with this. And some of these ministerial people ain't gonna like me, but I don't care. All the time, you cannot go to a person that is in a ministerial position to get counseling. You need to go to a licensed doctor and therapist to get the help that you need to get you on some prescribed medications. I call it medication. That's my inside joke I have with my friends. And I have to take medication. When my nerves get bad, to keep me from going to the other side, I take my medicine. And it helps to calm me down. And y'all, there is no shame. Don't be ashamed of needing to go get treatment or therapy or needing to go get a medication for a situation that you need it for. The shame is when you need help and you won't go get it. That's the shame to me. When you know that you have an issue and you won't get help for it. If a tooth starts hurting in your mouth, anyone that's ever had a toothache, did you just leave it in there? Because see, let me tell you something. I've had 2 babies naturally. 1 by cesarean, 2 naturally. And those babies did not compare to a tooth coming out of my mouth. Toothache is no joke. So my thing is, we go get things that are physical fix. We don't have a problem with that. But when it comes down to our mental, why do we feel like, well, I don't want nobody to see me coming out of there? Now, let me tell you about my experience with that. The first time, I live in a small town. I went to a little place. That's a clinic for everyone. Go get counseling. And I end up counseling a man. Y'all can laugh if you want to. This is some real stuff. I don't be making this stuff up. I end up going to therapy. I went to go see this man. He's a counselor, a little office here. I end up counseling him. So finally, after going there 3 months, I told him, I said, I mean, no, baby, you're not helping me. Because you tell me about your problems and I'm helping you. So then I went a little further. And I had to go to El Dorado to a therapist. And that therapist did help me. Did. I did get some leeway and some breakthrough through that. And I got some medication that I had been needing for years. And once I got on the medication, I began to see that it calmed me down to a certain extent. Now, I want to go back and say something because people tend to take things out of context. I'm not telling you not to pray. I'm not telling you God cannot move and heal. I'm not saying that. But what I am telling you is there is no harm in using the gifts of people that God have placed on earth for you to go get help. And Tammy, I can believe it because I went and I was counseling the counselor. And after going for several months, I'm like, man, I'm helping you. You're not helping me. You telling me all about your wife and your children, and I don't gave you what you need to do, and I'm still messed up mentally. Y'all, when you're messed up mentally, you cannot do anything. I don't care how intelligent, how gifted, how great you are. When your mind does not function, when you are not able to fully function mentally, you cannot do anything. Hey, Luana, baby, how are you? So glad you were able to drop in. There's nothing you can do when you're mentally messed up. There's nothing you can do. Your mind has to be able to function, y'all, in order for you to be able to take care of things. And I'm gonna say this, and May, I watched your story this morning. I so admire you. But I'm gonna say this, and you can say this, and I'm sure you can agree with me on this. You know, people say so many times, my kids come first. Mamas, listen to me. Mamas, listen to Tasha. You got to come first before your kids. If you are not right mentally, you can't take care of your kids, baby. Black mamas get pride in saying that my kids come first. And you walking around here crazy and don't even know where you parked the car at with the baby in the buggy. You have got to take care of you first, then your kids. You can't be a good mama. You can't be a good wife. You can't be a good girlfriend. You can't be a good friend. You can't be a good content provider. You can't be a good anything when your mental status is not correct. When you are hurting and hateful and depressed and you don't want to even live to see another day, how can you help somebody? How can you be any good to anybody? How is it possible? How is it possible to be able to help someone and you don't want to even live? So my thing is, if you need help, go get help. Go lay on the couch. Closed mouths don't get fed. I was listening to a song earlier today, and I wanted to play that song, but like I said, okay, I'm so glad your mom is listening too. I was listening to the song all that day, and it's called Tired by Kelly Price. And I wanted to play that, but I had difficulties, like I said, and we're going to get that worked out next time. But the song says so much. I'm tired of paying these bills. I'm tired of keeping it real. I'm tired of going to church. I'm tired of praying. I'm tired of trying to live wrong, but I'm constantly doing right. She said so much in that song. And a lot of us are just tired. Life will beat the hell out of you. Life will beat the hell out of you. You better hear me. And if it hadn't beat the hell out of you already, keep on saying good morning and good night because your turn coming. Hello, Giggles, Giggles. How you doing, sweetie? Keep on saying good morning and good night. If you have not been beaten the hell out of yet, keep living, sweetie. Your day coming. Because you got to understand, life is the one thing, I don't care how much money you have, I don't care how educated, how talented you are, it's going to change on you. No man is able to control life. No man. Okay, MAG Visions, y'all come back later. Thank you. What's up, Sabu? What's up? What's up? What's up? You are a character indeed, but I can't deal with you right now. I'm being serious. For real. No man, I don't care how much money or how intelligent you are. You can't control life. Life will change on you in the blink of an eye. I don't care how much money you have. You can be a billionaire. And you wake up in the morning, you won't have a single dime left. A single dime. Life. Life can be great and life can be painful. And I think the thing that people need to understand, especially in our community, the Black community, you need to go get help when life starts beating up on you. You know, people say, and I'm into that talk, that's a whole nother magic, a whole other matter. A lot of people, y'all, and oh Lord, I got the, the liberals coming after me, I'm sure. A lot of people smoke marijuana because they need their nerves relaxed, their nerves bad. People feel like, oh, they just want to be high. A lot of people don't smoke weed to be high. A lot of people smoke weed because they need their mind and their nerves relaxed. I'm not going to tell you my stance on that. I have my own personal stance. What I will say is this: self-medicating can be a major problem too. So don't get into overdosing and self-medicating yourself. Go seek some help. Get some help. Hey, wonderful, excellent. Hey, Tonda, how are you? Ebony, hey, baby, how are you? How are you? Hey, Slim Shell, wonderful, excellent. What's up, sis? Go get some help. Um, I think that we have always just been taught that we pray about everything, and if we pray hard and long enough, and fast long enough, it's gonna leave. When life started coming for me, I thank the Lord. I have places I can go to relieve my nerves and my mind, and everyone does not have that, and everyone needs that. And I'm gonna say this once again: you can't take care of anybody, because that's a lot of our problems as women and men. I'm a woman, so I can relate more to women. But men are guilty of this too. Being providers, being the daddy, being the son, being the brother, being the friend. Whatever it is that he's doing, being the head of the household. Life comes for you and it hurts and it gets hard. And you have to try to figure out how to handle all this stuff. And especially with black men, they're taught, well, we don't, bro, we can't show no emotions. If we do that, we sissies. So then you have grown men out here that don't know how to deal with their emotions and don't know how to deal with your emotions, and then you got a hot mess. Real talk. Now, if I'm lying, I don't mind. Tell me I'm lying, because I might be. Don't allow cultural stigmatisms and cultural beliefs to hold you down and to hinder you from growth. For real, for real. A lot of things we were taught as children was not correct. People taught us to the best of their abilities. People taught us, I can remember this, and I'll share this. Some of y'all are too young, and some of y'all are older than me. Billie Holiday has a song, God Bless the Child, I had the song. Growing up, I heard that all the time. My mom would say, the Lord said, God bless the child that has a... Y'all, that ain't nowhere in the Bible. The Lord didn't say that. Billie Holiday said that. And I'm not down in my mama, because let me tell you something, I'll jump on you about my mama right now. But listen to what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm trying to tell you is, a lot of times we hear things growing up that have been taught to them out of lack of knowledge. That's why the word says our people perish from a lack of knowledge. That's why they say if you want to keep something from a black person, put it in a book. That's why those things are said. We need to learn how to read and to educate ourselves and to go to people that know more than us. If someone knows more than me, I'm not too prideful to say, hey, you've been on YouTube 25 years. Can you help me out in this area? And it should be the same way with your mental capacity. You know when you're not feeling right. And let me tell you something. Depression is sneaky. Depression is very, very sneaky. You might think you just wake up one morning and start screaming and crying. That's not how depression works. It sneaks up on you. At first, it starts off, I just don't feel too hot today. I really don't want to talk to anybody. And then the next day, I was going to go to the store, but I don't feel like going to the store. I'll do it tomorrow. And then the next day, let me put my phone on mute. I really don't feel like talking to anybody. And then the next day, I'm just going to close the blinds. I'm tired of all this sunlight. It starts off in little subtle ways. And the whole time, I'm going to say once again, you looking beautiful on the outside. Me and you looking all put together. The locks all greased and shined up. The waves all floating. But on the inside, you're tore down. And behind closed doors, you crazy as a bat. And when I say crazy as a bat, I don't mean crazy as far as mental crazy. I mean you're crazy as a bat because you can't figure out what is the matter. What do I need to do to get help? You got to do what you need to do to get help. And for family, that's true. People will take someone else's word instead of sharpening themselves. You got to read for yourself, baby. Because people take anything. Hey, Shay Marie and Family Locks. If I hadn't addressed you, hey, everybody in this chat, please, I want y'all always to know I love everybody in here. But this was a serious topic, and I want to just go ahead and jump on and address it. So please don't feel like I'm ignoring you. I'm not. I promise I'm not. I love everyone in here. But just saying, You got to address depression will sneak upon you. And a lot of times you go to the doctor, they tell you, well, you got anxiety and depression. And me being the nurse background, I'm being honest with you. When my doctor told me I was depressed, I told him, man, I'm not depressed. He said, but you got anxiety. I said, and? He said, anxiety is a form of depression. I told him the devil is a lie. That's me. Being religious. Being religious. I was religious then. And when I sat down and thought about it, anxiety and depression does go hand in hand. It does. Life will happen. And let me tell you how I deal with myself. And maybe this will help some of you all. I have to put, and on my bedroom door, there are affirmations and prayers. That's the first thing I look at when I wake up. Before I get out of the bed, I read those affirmations and I read those prayers. And that helps me to get my day started. That's why when I tell y'all I set the tone, I literally have to set the tone for my day. And I read that. Now, I want you to understand, some people don't be honest. Does it make me feel good all the time? No, it don't. See, people lie and tell you, no, we're human. We're human. And all the time, immediately when I read that, I don't. But let me tell you what happens. It's kind of like military angels. What you're doing is you're sending your angels out. And you're sending them before you to make ways out of no way. You're sending them out before you to block those things that shouldn't be there. You're sending them out before you to make sure that you're protected and you're covered. You're covering yourself. That's why you got to be careful what you allow to come out of your mouth. And even though some days I wake up and I may be feeling like crap, I say today is a good day. This is the day the Lord has made. I choose to rejoice and be glad in it. Now I want you to understand, I've been complaining today. See, people don't keep it 100. Today I've been complaining. I feel like in the town that I am, I feel like it's a black cloud in this town. Seriously. And I said I would never move because I moved twice. Now I'm kind of considering, maybe it's time for me to leave here. I stayed gone 3 days. The 3 days I was gone, I was so relaxed and so at peace. The moment I drove back into this town, it's like everything hit me. Hello, Elaine Smart. Welcome to the live, honey. Great name. I like the name Elaine. Hello. You got to set the tone for your day. Depression can be dealt with, and you don't have to be a zombie. Because as you see, I'm not a zombie. But it can be dealt with. You have to decide, though. Do you want help or do you not? Now, one thing I've also learned in my 40 years on earth, some people like to be depressed. And y'all might think it's crazy. You may think it's a lie. But everybody has that friend, and you know I'm not lying, that they like to be depressed. They like to complain. They like to be woe's me. They like to be down. Everything is going wrong, 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 wrong. I have family members like that. You never hear anything good. You hear every time you talk to them, they dying, life is killed. I mean, and some people like that. If you don't want to be that way, you don't have to be that way. And I'm going to stress again, go lay on somebody's couch. And Fritz family, some people like to play the press. I don't know why people would like to play the press, but some people do. But I'm talking about the people that are really depressed, not the ones for play. Because for real depression is not for play. For real depression will have you hemmed up in a corner trying to sit down and think about, do I want to be here or not? And I can sit here and I can honestly tell you, when my mom died in 98, I know I considered suicide 3 or 4 times. My mom was all I had. And I had siblings, but those siblings disappeared. And I was left on my own at 21 years old. And at 21, people say I'm grown. Y'all, I didn't have a mind of a 21-year-old. My mom was still ironing my clothes and making my bed, and I was 21 years of age. I was spoiled. I was her baby. And when my mom died, I knew nothing about life at all. All I knew, I had a number that said I was legal to go gamble, legal to go buy a pack of cigarettes, and legal to go smoke and drink. I had the age. I didn't have the mind. Yeah, Fritz, true. Some people do play with it, and it makes it hard. It does, baby. I agree with y'all. I'm totally in your corner. For the people that play depressed, it does make it hard for people to really deal with depression. It really does. Did you long run? I hope I said your name right, sweet. I hate mispronouncing people's name. If I did, please forgive me. Hey, love, how are you? Thank you for stopping in. People do like to play. They like to play and make up excuses. But people that have real anxiety and real depression issues, it's not for play. And I can tell you that. And I know 3 times, as I said, when my mother died, I considered suicide. And I had children. And I said and thought, I can't provide for them. My job wasn't a minimum, it was a minimum wage job. I had more bills than money. I only had me. My siblings were grown. They weren't, caring about what was going on with me. I had one brother that was off on crack cocaine. He couldn't help nobody. He was a crackhead. Everybody got a crackhead in the family. If you don't have one, keep living. They coming up. And see, my thing is I need everybody to understand. I need you to follow me. Listen to me. I'm very transparent. I'm not going to get on here and sugarcoat and give you a false whatever. I'm real about mine. So I had the brother off on crack. He couldn't take care of everybody. I got a sister that's schizophrenic and bipolar, and she was mentally disabled. She couldn't take care of me. The brother that could take care of me, he was selfish, and he wanted me to learn the hard way. And now I can kind of see his perspective on some things. But back then I could not. So I was left on my own. And 3 times. One time I had it all mapped out. I was like, Lord, why am I here? I should just die. I should just take my life. I'm so glad I didn't. Because if I had done that, how could I help you? What I can tell you is, I know what some of you struggles are, because some of you have talked to me personally. And some of you, I have no idea. You're just people and you're a part of my family and I love you, but I don't know what's real and what's hurting you. What I can tell you is this. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing. And whatever your pain is and whatever you're struggling with right now, get some help. And the thing about it is, it's out there for you to get. If you need medication, go get your medication. If you need to go talk to somebody, talk to somebody. Talk to a person that's licensed. But help is there. Don't overlook it. And know that taking your life is not the answer. It won't resolve anything. And if you have kids, don't be selfish. My mother died of cancer. And she didn't tell any of us. And she refused to take any treatments. That was her decision. And for years, I was angry with her once I found out what she died from. How could you have cancer and not tell us? You just chose not to take chemotherapy or radiation just to die? My mother was tired. She had lived a rough life. And she decided to take the easy way out and just let the Lord take her home. She made her peace and went on. And I had to deal with that. That was a hard pill for me to swallow. So I know what it's like to be a parent and a child, and your parents not there. So suicide is not the way out. Hey, Miss K, baby. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. And for something, let me go back. Fritz family, I'm serious. It took years for depression to be recognized and taken seriously. Because for years, people did say, ain't nothing wrong with you. Suck it up. Ain't nothing wrong. And with women, we hear this a lot more than men. Ain't nothing wrong with you, but you hormonal. No. Listen, sisters, black, white, I don't care what you are. Everything is not your hormones. I get sick of that. Men have that quick. And let me hurry up and throw this in there. If you are going to a doctor and you telling them, I'm having these thoughts, I can't sleep at night, I'm hot, I feel anxious, I'm having night terrors, and he won't listen to you, find you another doctor. You are the patient. If you are going to a medical person and they will not listen to you and hear what you have to say, and they feel like everything you're saying is, it's your hormones, or you're having too hard of a period, find a new one immediately. Because everything is not your hormones. It's not because you have a hormonal imbalance. And men are so quick to throw that off on women. She must be on her period. I hate to hear them say that. Well, okay, if that's the case, then why do we have men that are jumping off buildings and putting guns to their head and taking pills and dying? What's their excuse? Depression is real. It will take you out of here. And anxiety will take you out of here. Because Imagine being in a little bitty small matchbox and can't breathe. That's what anxiety feels like, y'all. It's awful. It's nothing to play with. And baby, like you said, she said depression is real. I was lost in depression for a few years and never said anything because I was embarrassed. Now and I'm glad, thank God, baby, you're in a better place. But a lot of people don't want to tell anybody they're depressed because they're embarrassed. If you are depressed, do not be embarrassed. It's not, baby, let me tell you something. The people you looking at smiling with them big old fancy cars and them big old pretty smiles and them MK bags and watches and them $1,000 Mega X's iPhones, they depressed too. Don't be ashamed about being depressed. There is nothing wrong with being depressed. There is something wrong when you won't go get help for the anxiety and depression. And Tana, like you said, the walls do close in on you. When you got anxiety, it's like being in a prison cell. It's like being in a small, itty bitty prison cell. You can't breathe. You can't function. And it's sad, Fritz family, like you're saying. People do try to judge you. Or they will judge you. They'll judge you because they feel like you're crazy, something wrong. Man, bump that. Bump that. Eli, you said depression is anger from within. Tameka, you're right. They do say that. They say that ain't nothing wrong with you. You just crazy. Because that's the title we've allowed people to put on us. Bye, Slim. Thank you for coming in, baby. May, thank you so much. Thank you, May. No, you're not just crazy. And depression is anger from within. I think, Elaine, that depression causes anger within. I can say for me that I was so hurt and depressed that it made me angry. I didn't want to be angry, but I was so depressed and hurt and so beat up and so broken down on the inside, I didn't know how to cope. The only thing I could do was be angry. And I was an angry person walking around. And I was a hurt person. And that comes into play. Hurt people, y'all, hurt other people. Hurt people, hurt other people. We so many times we get involved with people and we're like, they hurt me. How can this person hurt me? Hurt people hurt other people. When you're hurting, you want to see everyone else around you hurt. You don't want to be in pain and everyone else around you feeling good. You want everybody else to feel what you feel. So you hurt, you lash out, you're mean. You're always the bitter person. The reason I can be so positive now is because I've been the bitter bee. Ooh. I can be so positive now because I've been the bitter person. I've been the bitter bee. I've been the person that never had anything good to say. I've been the person everything was negative. I've been the person that had to find everyone else's that had a light that was shining. I was quick to pour water or to pull their light out because my light was so dark. I want everybody to sit in darkness with me. Hey, Frank G, thank you for coming in, baby. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. How can a man get blown up and be laughed at when he tells people about his night? Fritz family, because we live in a very, very sick world. We live in a very, very sick world. And people don't care about people like they should. They don't. That's why, and I'm going to say this, I am very cautious about who I subscribe to. When I first got on here, I was all about, I want my numbers up, I want my numbers up. And I said this is my last time. I'm going to these things and be like, it'd be like an auction. Get over here and get over here and get over there and get over. No, everybody don't need to be on my stream. Everybody don't need to be in my family. Tashi Lane, not so average, the not so average family. Everyone does not need to be in a not so average family. Real talk. And I don't need to be in everybody's family either. Because everybody is not for you. Everybody's not for you. They're not. They're not. And the quicker you learn that, the better off you'll be. YouTube, yes, we're in social media, but social media just like real life. You got people in real life. They might be in the boat with you. That don't mean they're trying to help you to reach land. Some of those people in the boat with you, they poking holes in the boat. And you're wondering, why I can't get to my destination? Because you got haters in the boat with you riding. They smiling, yeah, dog, I got you. And the whole time they putting holes in the boat so you won't make it to the landing position. They want you to drown. Hey, band runners, Eric and Sean, how are y'all doing, love? How are y'all? So glad you could join us. So my thing is, I give that advice too. People are cruel. And a lot of times, your weakness they prey off of. And they do wolves in sheep's clothing. And my thing is, a lot of them are not wolves in sheep's clothing. I'm looking straight at the teeth. It's called discernment. You're a good one if you get over on me. Because in about the first 2 minutes, I know when you really who you are, and I know when you fake. And when I see that you fake, people say you don't do that. I unsubscribe from you if I subscribe during one of them. Because see, when I first got on here, I was ignorant. I started August doing this really seriously. And when I saw that people were full of crap, unsubscribe, I don't have time. I don't place myself. When you're dealing with depression and anxiety, you don't need to be around depressed people. Say this again. When you're dealing with depression and anxiety on your own, you don't need to be around depressed people. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying don't help people. What I'm trying to tell you is, when I was going through my deep depression, and I'm not anymore, thank God. But when I was going through a deep depression, I was around some of the most depressing people. Then I was wondering why I was never feeling better. Because everybody around me was depressed, and I was the queen of depression, and they were my little angels of depression. Y'all forgive me, this ain't nothing but the devil. I'm going to talk through the cough. We're going to talk and cough. Sure is. And everyone isn't meant to go to the next level with you, baby. My babies is a Fritz family. I just don't took them in. It's just something about them I just love, for real. I just love them. I love them children. But I had took them in. And what they're saying, everyone isn't meant to go to the next level with you. And we allow emotions to overturn logic and common sense. And keep them. I cut them. Everyone, there are levels in life. And you got to understand, there are people to help you on each level. And when you reach certain levels, those people are no longer have the security clearance to go there. Let's put it that way. It's like working for the FBI. The FBI has different levels. And some levels, anybody can get in. But when you're at the low level, you can't go to the top flight. We as human beings, we want to hold on to people. We want to take our homies with us. We want to take our brothers and sisters with us. We want to take little Johnny from down the street with us. You got to learn how to let people go. Your first priority is you. You are your first priority. And I'm going to say this again, for especially the mothers. You got to be right in order to take care of your kids. If you're not right mentally, if you're not right emotionally, if you're not right spiritually, you can't take care of nobody. You got to take care of you first. You got to. Seriously. Why do we feel like we have to be the minority? There was a time in my life, even recently, I just had a friend get on to me about running around trying to take care of everybody, not taking care of myself. Let me tell you something. You got to take care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, I promise you, no one else will. We have to learn how to put ourselves first. And people say that's selfish. Learn how to be selfish. It's also called common sense. If your blood pressure 108 over 119, do you think you need to be jumping up and down the road trying to go take Sue to the grocery store or take Mark to the library? You need to be at home trying to take your medicine, get your blood pressure to come down. Same thing with mental state. If your mind is all over the place and you can't take care of yourself mentally, you need to be trying to take care of you. You don't need to be trying to counsel other people. There was a time, and people look at me and say, oh, I just don't believe that. There was a time I was giving all this advice out, and I need to be taking it for myself. And I was giving so much out, and I was left empty. Empty. And I'm at the point now, I realize I have to come first. I have to go. I have to come first. And like Elaine said, let go and take care of home and self. You got to take care of yourself. You got to be a priority. You have the ability to believe in yourself, to not be manipulated and taken for granted. Sad down and all you still are great. You have to love yourself enough to distance your. You have friends, family don't say it all in a mouthful. You got to love yourself enough to distance yourself from certain things. Hey, Brown Eyes on a Budget, so glad you could join us. How are you? Everything is not meant for you to be a part of. And I want everyone to understand this. Because I see people, and y'all might think this is a joke. I have talked to some people that are like really in a funk about not being acknowledged on YouTube or not being where they think they should be at on YouTube. Right now, wherever you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. Work the position that you're in and watch God elevate you. Elevation does not come from people. I watch Rita Walker, and I love Rita. If you don't check her out. She raw like I am. She's street raw. I love her. She said something very important the other day. She said that people have 70,000 subscribers and only 125 views. There's something wrong with it. Yeah. Hey, Beijing, how are you, sweetie? Hello, hello, hello. Something wrong with that. You got 75,000 subscribers and you only got 123 views. I'm looking at your videos. And that video maybe up 2 months old. Don't allow YouTube to depress you. Don't allow things that's beyond your control to depress you. And I know that life happens. I know that. And I've spoken about that because I told you about my own personal situation. But you got to understand, some things, y'all, we just can't control. And what we can't control, we can't worry about. We got to give it to a higher power. My higher power is God, Jesus Christ. That's my higher power. Now, I don't know who y'all's may be. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to recruit you. I'm not here to try to move you. I'm just keeping it 100 with you about who I believe in. Got to give it to the Lord. That's the only person I know whose name you can call and things can change. And like Chris said, when it's your time, it's your time. And you got to use discernment. You got to use discernment. And Brown Eyes on a Budget, I didn't know this. I didn't know people buy subs. That tripped me out. Because I'm going to say again, I just started doing this seriously in August. And I thank the Lord for elevation because I am doing good. I am for just to be started. But people buying subs, I'm like, what? I want people, when I say the not so average family, I want you to know, you my children if you're younger than me. You're my sisters if you're older, we the same age. You are my family. I for real love you. I'm not buying no subs just to have some numbers. I refuse to. Hey, Mama Mukbang, how you doing, sis? How are you? I mean, what's the point? I want to get on here and produce quality content that someone can benefit from and learn from using their everyday life and really be blessed by it. I don't need just people like seat fillers. They're there to fill a seat. You pay them to fill seats so it looks like you got a big crowd at your event you holding. I don't need that. And Psychics Anonymous, you're right. If they buying them, it's a waste of money and time. A waste of money and time. Mama, I'm good. We just talking about depression and anxiety, honey. Just talking about real life issues and how life will beat you down. And you got to know how to take it. You got to know. You take it to the Lord, but you also don't be ashamed to go get help. And Fritz family, you're right. You're right. And Tom, that's exactly true. I want to be here to change people and spread God's love. And let them know you don't have to be quiet and subservient and you can look like me. You can be street tough and still spread the love of God. He not caring about what we look like. And like you said, Fritz family, I'm reading this. People chase that 100,000 and 1 million. People looking for acceptance and validation. And if you're looking for acceptance and validation in people, you're going to forever be depressed. Ain't no amount of pills, drugs, or whatever we can put you on. Acceptance and validation from people. Let me tell you something. People will say, you did such a wonderful job. And them same people that just said you did a wonderful job will go around to the next corner. She thinks she's something. She ain't did nothing. What she doing, anybody can do. Don't look for people to validate you. I don't look for validation from people. I'm pleased with me. I do what's pleasing for me and what's pleasing as far as I think in the eyesight of God. Now, do I fail God? Yep, every day. Every day I fail him. But I try not to. You can't look for people to validate you, honey. You cannot. People will crucify you, like Mama Mukbang said. Excuse me, Tonda said. They will crucify you. Hey, Two Chicks crew, how are you? How are you? So glad you can make it in. And like you say, Fritz family, they do self-destruct when they get there. And this is one thing that I'm going to say about social media. Social media is a blessing, but it's also a curse. And you got to know how to use it. It's like a gun. In the hands of a good person with a stable mind, it's a good thing. They know when to use it. In the hands of a bad person, a gun is a very dangerous thing. Hey, Tasha, how are you? Miss Jones Loving Life. How are you, darling? So glad you stopped in. Um, you can't put power in certain people's hands. And you got to understand validation is not needed from other people. The people that you're looking for to validate you, they got their own issues. They just good at hiding it. We all got issues. Some of us are just good at masking it. Some of us are just put it out on the table like I do and keep it 100. Some of us just lie until we believe it ourselves. Some of us live in fairy tale land and just act like it's not there. And Tonda, yes. Know who you are with or without the followers. Subs, yes, it makes your channel. Of course you want subs. You want subs. But I want real people that care, that I can help, and that I can bless. I want to be a blessing. I'm going to give you this much of my story. I am a person, I'm a Baptist. Now, follow me well. I'm not going to denomination. But in some Baptist churches, they don't believe that women should preach or speak. Okay? So my thing is, if I can't speak in church, I'm going to speak where I can speak at. That's why I use social media. My thing is, I'm going to get the word out there. I'm going to be who I am. And I'm going to do what I need to do in order to get people to know more about who Jesus Christ is. And let them know that you ain't got to look a certain type of way or act a certain kind of way in order to be accepted. He accepts anybody. All you got to do is accept him. If you accept him, he already don't accept you, even though you may not want him. And that's the truth. That's real talk. So my thing is, I want to be a blessing. I'm not on here just for subs. Subs are good. But I'm not going to buy subs. I'm not about to start doing no funny stuff. And at first, I was trying to find my way. I was trying to find my way and figure out, okay, what do I do? And sometimes y'all see me vlog because I go out and do stuff, and some of my friends are trippers, y'all see. So I have to record what we do so y'all can get a good laugh. But as far as me trying to sit up and do certain things or certain challenges, that ain't me. I'm not finna do all that. Listen to me. I'm not knocking anyone that does that. I'm not knocking. I don't throw shade. I'm too old for shade. I'm saying what I am about. And what I am saying is, be who you are. Be who you're about. Do whatever works for you. You don't have to fit anyone else's mold or their standards or do certain things. Because the people that are for you, they're going to come to you. And right, Two Chicks, stay true to you. Be true to you. And right, Elaine, churches, wherever you want to congregate at. Wherever you want to congregate at. And Miss Jones, people buy subs. And that girl, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm so green, I didn't know. That tripped me out. I was like, buying subs. And then I was so ignorant because I ended up going on something, where they had something sub for subs. And I ended up going back to, I was like, I'm not finna do this. Because half these people I don't agree with what you're saying. The other half of you, I don't know what you're talking about. The other third of you, I mean, you can't. You can't. You can't. So please, don't get depressed about social media. Church is in you, not in the building. And right, no, I'm not throwing it in shade, because I see that too in these YouTube streets. I'm not trying to get, I don't know. Everyone is different. You got to understand different personalities, different people. Different people. Let me throw this out here while I'm on here because I'm about to wrap this up. And I thank all y'all for coming in and talking. Um, Bejan Treasure. If you haven't checked her out, she needs some lifetime. I'm just throwing it out there. And I would do this for any of you. It's not about the S word. Just go check her out. Look at her, give her some watch time because she is very supportive. And the one thing that I'm going to say once again, I said last time, all of you that support me, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. I'm going to check out your stuff. I'm going to give you a thumbs up. I'm going to like you. I'm going to talk back to you. I'm going to try to comment because it's an interaction. It's an interaction. You got to know it's an interaction. And it's all about being there for people that are there for you. And that's why I always try to go and say, hey, if you don't have a reason for a video, I go to an old one and try to throw you some hearts and some love. Because I want you to know you are appreciated and you are loved. You are. Elizabeth said, I'm not about to buy subs either. And my thing is, what have you accomplished? If you have 1 million subs and you have only 225 people viewing videos, what have you accomplished? What have you accomplished? So I kind of got off topic. Let me rewind. Depression and anxiety. Depression and anxiety can come from a number of things. A number of things. Don't allow life or YouTube to be the reason that you lose your sanity. And if you are depressed, go get someone that is licensed to help you. And I'm going to say this once again. We always look into spiritual outlets. I'm not saying anything is wrong with going to pastor and all that. But pastor don't have a doctorate in mental health. Not trying to be funny. I'm just being 100. Go get the help you need if you're having problems with depression and anxiety. Go get the help. I always put, if you look down at the bottom of my stuff, my description, I always put my email. And I say, if you want to chop it up, hit me up in my email. And I sincerely mean that. And I'm not going to get on here because let me tell y'all something. I've seen some crooked stuff done. I'm not going to get on here and then turn around what you discuss with me, do a video about you and your situation. No. I wanted to get on here today to just share this because I know what depression and anxiety feels like. I know what it feels like to feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders and you feel like you can't make it. I know what it feels like when you have children and you can't provide for them and you're hurt and you feel like an awful parent. I know what it feels like to wake up in the morning and you feel like, what is my purpose, God? Why am I here? I know what it feels like to be in a relationship and you're like, why am I getting mistreated? Why am I constantly being tortured by him? I give him everything that I want, or I give her everything. If you're a man, I give her everything and she still. I know what it feels like to feel like, hey, I'm such a great person, but nobody sees who I am. It is an awful feeling and it will cause you to be depressed, but you don't have to be depressed. Speak over your life. Go get you some help. And if medication is the answer, go get you some meds. Go get you some meds. I had to take medication, I know, at least for a good 3 years straight. And now, I'll tell you now, I have PRN medications. When I'm having a bad day, people say, don't take that mess. It only make you more depressed. Well, that's probably why you crazy. But when I need to take my medicine, I'm having a bad day, PRN meetings as needed. I take a nerve pill as needed. Because I don't want to be walking around here, can't breathe, anxious and out of control. If you've never been depressed, I salute you. But for those that have been, you understand what I'm saying. It's not a good feeling. It's like feeling like you're in hell on earth. That's not a good feeling. No one wants to feel that way. Get what you need to get. Get the help you need to get. Nothing is wrong with that. Liz say, Liz, let me tell you something. It ain't never going to end. Well, Liz, I'm going to say this. With your situation, you might need to go see another doctor, another therapist. And two, with depression, do some self-analyzation. And what I mean by that is, what are you so unhappy about right now at this point in your life? What's causing you to be pulled down so badly right now in your life? Because Liz, you're beautiful. I looked at your videos. You know I support. Honey, you're black and you're beautiful. You are. You are. And I need you to see that, Liz. I don't care. I'm talking to Liz right now. And y'all forgive me. But Liz, Life of Elizabeth, I'm talking to you. You are beautiful. You are needed. I don't care what somebody's told you as a child. I don't care what somebody's told you as an adult. You are beautiful. You are needed. You are someone. You are important. You plus size, I'm plus size. So what? Black is beautiful. You are a queen. Carry yourself like you're a queen. You don't need nobody's validation, queen. You are a queen. All you got to do is put your crown on and walk. That's all you got to do. And for anyone else here that feels less than, you're queens. If God loved you enough to give you his one and only son, don't you know you somebody important? Because I got two sons and I ain't giving neither one of my sons up for nobody. And nobody else on here with got children. You gonna get for nobody. He gave you his one and only son because you were that important to him. We are queens. We are kings. All we have to do is walk as such, for real. And medication can make you feel worse too, chicks. Because I was on some stuff one time. I'm telling y'all, it had me like a zombie. That's Alexa. That wasn't for me. It had me, Lord have mercy. I didn't know what was going on. So I had to go to the doctor and get some different stuff, and it worked out fine. Let me tell you something, Liz. I dropped out of college, and I have a heart issue, and you know that. That don't make you any less than. You keep your faith, you hold your head up, and you remember what I told you. You are a queen. Do you hear me? And if you can't get a job because of health issues, go apply for your disability. And people might be like, what? Go apply for it. Nothing wrong with that. If you got health issues and you can't work, that was one of my reasons. I have health issues. I used to be in there. I can't run to go call the patient anymore. I can't handle that stress on my heart of dealing with people trying to save their lives. I can't do that. I want to apply for my disability. That don't make you any less of a person because you have health issues and because you dropped out of college. So what? It's a lot of people never entered the door of a college. You are still important, girl. And you still are beautiful. Do you hear me? You still are. And I'm going to be praying if it's God's will that you get a job. A door opens for you. When my mom died in 98, I was a sophomore in college. You think I went back to college? I dropped out. I couldn't function. My world had been destroyed. I dropped out of college. I went back later on to get an LPN degree or LPN like diploma and get licensed. And Liz, I know that hurts. It hurts when you can't find a job. I've been there too. I'm going through some things right now. Real talk. But God, let me tell you something. I've never seen the righteous forsaken nor a seed begging bread. God always makes a way, baby girl. You better hear me. You better listen to me on this video. You hear me, Liz? God always makes a way. All you got to do is have a little bit of faith, baby. I didn't say pray 15 hours. I didn't say jump up and down and touch your neighbor. All you got to do, Life of Elizabeth, is have a little bit of faith. A little bit. God will work it out for you. Because when I tell you I have went through some things these past couple of weeks, I had something hit me that I wasn't ready to hit me. And it kind of it depleted me for real. But God touched somebody and placed somebody in my life to be a blessing to me. And what I lost, I got it back a little bit extra. He will make a way. He will make a way. He will. And sometimes, one of excellent, you're right. It takes 2 to 3 times before they get the medicine right because your body has to be regulated with this stuff. And I've gone through that. So you're right about that. Right about that. And Liz, you do what you need to do, baby. And Elaine, I didn't know that meant light. So you told me what my middle name means. Because y'all, my middle name is Elaine. That's not my last name. I didn't use my last name. I used my first and my middle name. So my light, I hope my light does shine. You know, I'm human. Sometimes my light doesn't shine. Sometimes I'm a little mean. And every time you try to tell you, well, I tell you what, if they telling you no on the job, go wherever you go apply for disability. Go apply for it. Go apply for it. And we praying for you, sis. I see that. We all praying for you. That's why I say this is a not so average family. Everybody can't be up in here. Because if you can't pray, you need to go. I don't mean no harm, but it's all about prayer and support. We're praying for you. And when you go through a lot, it does cause you to feel some type of way. But baby, you hang in there. I have had to start over. I'm going to say this again 4 times in my life with nothing. Lost everything I had. I've had to start where I didn't even have a roll of toilet paper that belonged to me. But God made a way. Elizabeth, I think this live might have been especially for you. God works it all out for the good. All out for the good. Whatever and whoever's going through right now, God makes a way. And people, Liz saying, family, sometimes family can be a blessing, and sometimes family can make you wonder how y'all related. If any of my family on here, I'm sorry. I love you. But it's true. I've been homeless. I just shared that with the Fritz family earlier. And I had family right here in town. And some of them allowed me to stay with them. But when the whole time I stayed with them, they complained and grunted and talked trash and made me feel very unwanted and welcome. And what you have to learn is sometimes where you expect for support to come from, that's not where it comes from, sweetheart. Support doesn't always come from the places where you think it should come from. Sometimes it comes from the places where you least expect it to. So I have learned not to look at people, oh, we're related, or oh, you're my cousin, or oh, you're my brother, or oh, you're my... Okay, we're related, I love you. But all the time, that does not mean because we share a bloodline that you're going to support me. I probably have maybe, I don't know, I'm going to go back and look at my subscribers. I might not have no family members subscribed to my channel. And if they not, I'm not mad at them. I'm still going to get on here and I'm still going to be Tashi Lane, not so average. And I'm still going to get on here and give out the word. I'm still going to do. And Elizabeth, yes, do what I said. And they're saying, it's all, let me tell you something. When people haven't been sick, they don't understand. And I don't throw it back up in people's face, but I do remind them. Now you understand why I felt like I felt when I felt like I did. See, when you're walking around and you're feeling good, you don't understand what it's like to lay in a hospital bed. I was in the hospital literally one time for a whole month on my back, depending on nurses and CNAs. Can clean my own butt. Hey, keeping up with the Jones, how are you? So I know what it's like to be sick. But people that don't know what it's like to be sick, they don't understand when you say, I'm sick, I can't do this. They think it's for... And I had family members tell me, I say behind my back and they ain't think it got to me. She just wants some attention. If I wanted attention, I promise you, being in a hospital bed for a month would not be a way for me to get some attention. I wouldn't want a fake sickness for somebody to show me they love me. And you got to understand, everyone is not going to understand what you're going through. And guess what? It's not your job to try to make them understand, Liz. Anybody on here, whatever you're going through, you don't have to prove and thin, as the old folks say, to nobody, honey. I'm old, I'm young, but I'm old. Whatever you're going through, you don't have to prove and thin to nobody what you're going through and why you're going through it. Because I promise you, I've looked back over my life, and in every aspect when I was going through something, God gave me exactly who I needed and what I needed. Sometimes it came through the medical personnel that was there at the hospital. Sometimes the help came from enemies. But it came. Elaine, you have a great evening as well, honey. I'm about to come check you out. You are so sweet. Thank you for stopping in. Hi, Dinah with Vanity. How are you doing today, darling? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. And Liz, I got an enlarged chart. Yep. We got a lot in common, girl. But guess what? You gonna be all right. I can tell you that. You gonna be all right. And when you're saying your heart is beating too fast, and nursing they call it, I'm sure you've heard the term tachycardia. Tachycardia is when you have a rapid heart rate. It's okay. I had that too. I got diagnosed in 2006. And let me tell all y'all on here, in 2006, doctor walked in and told me, you 30, you got a bad heart, you're not going to live. No, you 29, you got a bad heart, you're not going to live to see 30. I'm 40 years old. And once I get back on this treadmill like I'm supposed to, and I know my friend, he watching this, I don't want to hear you fussing anyway, moving around. I love you though. But once I get back on this treadmill like I'm supposed to, because I was on the treadmill doing 5 to 6 miles, honey, I'm going to be all good. And keep up with blood clot issues. Liz 2013. Baby, I'm telling you, I move around like ain't nothing wrong with me. I walk some of my friends. Brian Eyes, thank you so much for stopping in, baby. Go serve dinner. I wish I could come to your dinner. Like, I'm hungry. Somebody send me a plate to Arkansas. But thank you, Brian Eyes. I appreciate you so much. You are so supportive. Thank you, sis, for stopping in. Have a good evening. For real. I move around and get around good as some of my friends. Or better. Catch me on a good day, I'll walk them. Let me get started back on working out like I'm supposed to. I will leave them behind. They'll be like, slow down. Oh, baby, you better catch up. Those are diagnoses, Liz. They don't determine what kind of person you are. Those are medical diagnoses, and I do take medical diagnosis seriously. But I'm not gonna live like I'm a enlarged heart. I'm not gonna live like I'm a congestive heart failure. I'm not gonna live like my heart is bad. I'm not gonna live like I'm hypertension. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. You understand? And regardless of who supports you or not, you make you some affirmations, baby girl. And if I have to send you some, you hit me up in my email. I'll send you some. And you affirm that you shall live and not die to declare the works of the Lord. You shall live. I don't care what they diagnosed you with. I am a person. I'm not a diagnosis. I'm not a diagnosis. A lot of people in here, I'm sure, have issues and diagnoses. But you don't have to let that determine your life, baby. You don't have to let that determine your life. You can make it through this. You can make it through this. And whatever anyone, not just Liz, you're going through. My life ain't perfect. If I told y'all some of the stuff I go through, y'all would just think y'all be like, how does she do it? I don't. I have learned how to give it to the Lord. Do I fail? And that's why I say this. You have to surround yourself with a person and people that can balance you out. And I have a person I'm thankful for. That's a great friend that balances me out. I have great friends that balance me out. When I get to the left, they remind me of who I am. They remind me of my purpose. They remind me of what I've been through. One day I said to my best friend, I said around her, I said, I'm having a bad day. She said, no, a bad day was when you was in the hospital bed. And you can remember what happened because you lost 3 days of your life. A bad day was when you was in the hospital and you couldn't breathe. A bad day was when you couldn't walk. A bad day was when a doctor came in and said you weren't going to make it. And Liz, it's okay to cry. I cry. Tears are cleansing, baby, for the soul. Sometimes, you know what? A lot of us need to cry. My friend, my male best friend, he said to me one day, and I was on the phone with him, and it just come out of nowhere. Because I was joking, and he, he stays on me a lot, but I just bust out and went to cry, and he said, you need to cry. Good, cry. And I can laugh about that now. But looking back on it, he was right. Because I'm always trying to be strong. And he never saw that emotional side of me. He knew it. He knew that. But he said, good, you need to cry. Cry. Just let it out. Don't stop crying. Then when I wanted to stop crying, he wouldn't let me stop. He told me to continue to cry. But for real, crying is cleansing. And ain't nothing wrong with crying, honey. Cry. But one thing about this, let me tell you this, sister. Cry with the purpose. I'm a firm believer when I get through shedding them tears, I got a plan. And I'm coming with the plan. So whatever it is I'm crying about, I'll cry over it. I'll shed those tears. But you best believe, honey, when I get done crying and I dry that face up, I'm coming back with a vengeance. And you do the same thing, Liz. It's all right to cry. You cry with a purpose, but you cry and you come back. And I'm a crybaby too. People don't believe that. Girl, I look at a commercial, fool around and be crying. That it was what was it? Please celebrate me home commercial. Used to be. I think about Coke. Break me down every time. I'm a crybaby. But it's okay to cry. And right, to one to make said it all. Cry, but rise. Ton to one to make said it all. Cry, but rise up with the answer. Warrior up. Warrior up, baby. Cry, but cry with a purpose. I'm a crybaby. I'm a very emotional person. If you were sitting next to me, I'd probably be crying with you. But I've learned to cry and come back. Kind of like Rocky. I cry, but when I stop crying, I'm coming back with them boxing gloves on. And I'm coming back with that right and left hook. And whoever in my way, you better be prepared, baby. Because I'm coming back swinging. So depression and anxiety. Don't allow a diagnosis to become your life. I understand you diagnosed, and it's a diagnosis, and you've been given for a doctor, but that does not define who you are as a person. It does not define the quality and the content of your life. You can live a happy and healthy life, but you got to want to do it. And you got to know how to do it. Go get some help. Talk to a therapist. Take it to the Lord. But talk to yourself. So many times, we live in a society, so many times we want to hear words from other people. Can you give me some advice? Can you this, that, another? The song Silver and Gold. I called on my best friend. She cannot be found. Sometimes the people you calling, y'all, I'm not lying. And the Lord fixes that way. I had a bad day one day. I promise everybody I called, nobody answered their phone. Everybody forwarded me. And that's when I learned to speak over myself. I said, well, you know what? I can't even talk to nobody. Won't nobody even talk to me today? I learned to speak over myself. Your words, they have power. Life and death is in your tongue. Life and death. Liz, baby steps. If you can't go outside right now because you get anxiety, just open up the front door. Stand there for a minute. See, sometimes we move ourselves too fast. Like when I started going back in the gym and I got to get back on track because, see, I started running around and doing stuff for everybody else and put me to the side. But my goal is when I start back in the gym, 5 minutes. Now, some people say, ain't no need in going. That's your opinion. That 5 minutes starts me. And then I add to that. Baby steps, Elizabeth. Just open the door. If you're not ready to go outside, don't go. And like Tana said, open a door or even a window. Baby steps. And from there, you say the next day, you set a goal. What your goal the next day is, well, today I'm going to open the door and the window. Well, today I'm going to leave the door open for 2 minutes. Baby steps. Baby steps. Baby steps. Well, sis Bejan, I put you out there, and I'm going to go as soon as I get time. I promise I'm going to go run your list. To everyone on here that's left, I've talked over an hour. Oh my goodness, I've been talking. But I hope throughout all this talking that I've said something to help and to bless you. You're welcome, sis, because you are very supportive. All of you on here are very supportive. The ones that even have left, y'all are very supportive. I'm humbled and I'm blessed. My email is sugarlumps35@gmail.com. SUGARLUMPS 35 at gmail.com. Like I say, need to talk, need to chop it up, hit me up. We can talk. We can talk. So I hope I have blessed someone with this live. I hope I have. And just know, like I said, there is no shame in being depressed. There is no shame in having a problem. Get help for it. It's shame when you don't get help and you know you need the help. Liz, yes, you can hit me up. You can hit me up. No problem, sugar. Hit me up. Well, I'm about to let y'all go. I thank everyone that's been here for my live. I don't hear y'all over an hour. And my show, Empire, is getting ready to come on at 7 o'clock Central Time. So just know that I love you all. Know that it's okay not to be average. Know that I not averagely love each and every last one of you. And know that depression and anxiety are harsh things to deal with. But they can be treated with going to the right doctor, going to see a therapist, getting you some medication, get you some prayer, and affirm. Speak over yourself. I love you all. God bless you all. And y'all will be seeing me uploading. And we'll do this live thing again next Wednesday. God bless. Have a good night, y'all. I love you.